today? Oh, can't even see where he is today. Massachusetts. I like being allowed to have one regular coffee. It's lovely. Happy Thursday? Wow. This week has flown by. Just flown. I didn't have coffee with you yesterday because my house was a mess. And yeah, you didn't need to see that. Even if I could block it all off, I knew it was there. It probably would have looked no different on the video than it does right now. But for me, I was like, no, I had a really good time on Tuesday night and I came home and I was like, no, it can wait. There are times when you can have those things wait. I'm learning that self-care, people often think it's selfish because it's just me lazing around having bubble baths all day, which is not. To take a bubble bath is actually a great deal of work to clear the schedule and make sure that I take that time. But yeah, self-care sometimes doing the hard things, like doing the dishes, making sure you go to bed with the house tidy and clean. And I mean, it's not hard, but there are moments in time when that's really difficult. And sometimes self care is knowing it'll be there tomorrow, right? We know that with our kids. We know that. We know the dishes will be there. Play with your kids, rock your babies, hold on to them, have the serious talks with your teenagers. In no, like I will postpone them for the kids, but do I postpone them for myself if it's needed? Procrastinating, avoidance, that's a totally different situation that you can chat with your therapist about. But there are moments in time when we need to say, you know what? I need the 20 minutes on the couch watching TikTok with Jimmy before going to bed at 11. I don't need to spend an hour cleaning up the house because tomorrow we'll have an hour for it. And it did. I got it all done. It was great. I even had a nap and like it was a good evening yesterday, which is why I'm here. Nighttime me, morning me, you know the drill. But there are times when self-care is sitting something out, saying no, whether it's something to yourself around the house or whether it's a party or a get together with friends, a church event. Sometimes self-care is saying no, which is really hard for people designed like me, you know, us. Enneagram 3s, wing 2, wing 2. Anyway, I think it's 2, wing 3, I can't even remember. Doesn't even matter. But for people pleasers and wanting to get things organized and done and, you know, all of that stuff, it's like, wait a minute. Sometimes not getting it done is to care for me and the family. I opted to give Jimmy that time, which was really important because I hadn't seen him all day. He hadn't moved. He was not a moving target. It's summertime. He was on the couch. I was the moving target. And there are moments like that too. And so I think that's what true self care is, learning to balance those moments, learning to keep your feet on the ground and keep a realistic expectations there. Just learning, always learning about yourself, about the people around you, about the one who created you, right? How would Jesus have adapted to this situation? I don't know. So let's meditate on that. Let's talk to him about it. And then let's bring peace to the situation, because one thing is true, always. He would have brought love and peace to a situation. That's what he would have wanted. There's a lot of other things he would have looked for. He would have looked for justice. He would have looked for whatsoever is, right? Whatsoever is of good report, whatsoever is noble, whatsoever is. He would have looked for all of those things. But if there's a situation at hand Does my reaction to it bring peace and love? Sometimes doing the dishes doesn't bring peace and love. Sitting on the couch watching TikTok with the kid brings peace and love, because then that kid knows that I am more important than mom's schedule. Mom's developed the schedule to keep the family going, to take care of said kid, right? But sometimes in that care of the family, the finances, the running of things, the groceries, the lists, the kids think the schedule is more important than them. And sometimes opting to sit on the couch and watch some really dumb TikToks is what shows the kid he's more valuable than the schedule. That is care. Because when you need the care returned, it will return unto you, because you have shown them how to prioritize. And last night at 10 o'clock, I had a young woman watering flowers and a young man taking out the garbage. Yeah, it's not the time I would look at doing tasks, but that's when they were able to do it. And they did it without reminder and without complaint, because they saw the list needed to get done and mom can't do it all. But because I have opted to show them you're more important than the list, ultimately the side effect is that the list gets done. Might not be till 10 o'clock, but that's okay. I'm not going to argue with that. Those are the things going through my head today. Learn how to balance those lists and those to-do things. It'll be well worth it, because the peace that comes to your spirit and your mind will allow you to breathe, and breathe deeply. Breathe all the way to your toes today, my friend. All the way to your toes. Shoulders back. And get out there and face the world. You've got this. Know that I love you. Sweet dreams.